Alright guys, welcome to the first ever stream of this channel. I hope that I'm live. Uh yes, we are live. Now, before everything, let me set a timer. We'll start the stream in about 5 minutes. So before that, let me elaborate and explain like what is happening and what I'm gonna do. And basically this is my first time talking online and it's rather complicated to say that I'm not nervous, but I'm not that nervous at the same time. For now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create an HTTP server. If you have seen the if you have seen the thumbnail, that is the thumbnail of the channel. That is, we're gonna create a HTTP server. We're gonna use Node.js and we're gonna only use the default inbuilt things like fs, read file, path, or maybe some other things. Nothing much. We're gonna just use the inbuilt things to create a server. For now, we're gonna start here. There's nothing. I'm gonna start with, what should we name it? HTTP, right? Or let's just call it HTTP and let's just go there. And let me start a tmux section HTTP. Now, as you can see, there is nothing there. Nothing. So for now, I have actually searched for two things. First is the MDN documentation of this HTTP. I was just reading it a little bit here and there, scrolling here and there. In the whole stream, what you'll see and find is I don't know much about things. Like I will be focusing on first searching things out, how things are done, and then I will implement it. It would not be like I have done it before and I know everything. No, that's not how it works. I just know a little bit of theory. Then I will search for things that I don't know how to implement. And once I get the implementation, like the syntax, the ideas, how they are interrelated, correlated, I'm going to implement that. And voila, in the resultant, we get something, at least something, right? Also, I have searched for W3 school. I got a built-in HTTP module. Well, I haven't read it to and fro, but I have just scanned it here and there. Like I just got, for example, HTTP method. You can get required this, and I haven't read it much. So we're gonna focus on these two sites for now. And then I guess that's very much it. What is my setup? I'm using Arch, by the way, but well, I am not really proficient in it. I have been using Arch for about 3 years now, and I'm using NeoVim for now. Yes, but I can also use Emacs if you want that, right? I'm not really good at Emacs at the same time, so I don't use it much or very often. For now, I'm just gonna use NeoVim. It's just my preference. It's just something I use. I'm not good at it. I'm not the best at it. It just works. And about my desktop environment, I'm using Sway. Let me do a fast switch. As you can see, I'm using Sway, Wayland Compositor. And that's very much it, right? Now, since we have 1 minute left, about 58 seconds left, let's think about how long this stream is gonna be. I mean, it's not gonna be like from the get-go a fully fledged HTTP server. We'll start from the scratch. We'll create some methods. We'll also I need to mention that for the database, like when we in the later parts when you have to set the data, or even in the at the starting when we are requesting from the server some page, some data, that data is going to be taken from a local JSON file. We're going to read that file. And furthermore, down the parts, if we have to do the post request or put request or some other request, we're going to implement some methods so that we can update the local JSON data file to actually add or remove some sections, or so it will be a little bit of like a local JSON database, if that makes sense, right? Close it and let's get to work. I'm going to create a first file, which is server.js. I'm going to use JavaScript, and we're not going to use anything NPM or something because it's use strict, right? Then I'm going to use the old function style notation. I like it. The reason I like it is because I like naming functions, but for example, let me also tell like why do I use this, not the arrow function const fn, for example, is equal to this and this. I could also use this, and this are both the declarations are the same. But in case of, for example, I have const foo is equal to this, and there is function bar this. What's the difference between these two? This is an anonymous function assigned to a literal, while as assigned to an identifier, not a literal. Then on the other hand, this is a function, right? If an error arises in here, somewhere in here, the error message would be anonymous error at anonymous line this, at line something, okay? While as on the other hand, in function bar, if some error arises here, it would be error at function bar at line this. So when there are nested nameless anonymous functions, you can get really complicated. It can get really complicated by debugging. Like you're not sure at which function, like this line, but if there are multiple functions calling each other, that is a callback hell. So you should totally avoid that. But it's just a neat little trick I usually picked up, and I like the syntax, like function bar. And it makes you feel like you know what you're doing. Okay. So I created an IIMP here, and now I'm gonna import this const. I need, was it really required? Yes, I need to import node fs promise. I will get the promise. I don't get read file synchronous or write file synchronous. I will use the promise-fied version so that I could do it asynchronously, right? So that it will not block the thread. There is only one thread after all. Read file, and I need write. Do I need write file for now? We don't need it yet. That's for the later. We need something like is equal to require node http, right? Should be this way. And if I'm not wrong, what does it provide? It provides HTTP. There we go. Here is it. And then request event class headers. Okay. What is it? Let me start the TTY. Okay. This module contains both client and server, can be imported via required this. I already did that. Or import this ES module. The HTTP interface on Node.js are designed to support many features of the protocol which have been traditionally difficult to use, in particular large possible chunk codes, messages, and interfaces. Careful to never buffer entire requests or responses so the user is able to stream data. HTTP message headers are represented by an object like this. Okay, simple. Okay. How do you use it? how do you http dot get method get no new agent, that's not what I'm looking for. Not agent, socket live destroy feed socket client connect. Yeah, what is this? Connect emitting a client server pair demonstrate how listen for the connect event. Okay, we did the net thing and URL, we don't need that. HTTP creates and it responses with this. Okay, okay. I guess we need this create server, right? We're gonna create a server. Uh, yeah, there is a space. I'm like, why I'm not putting LSP support, huh? Yes, here is the create server, and what does it do? It requests yada yada yada. It returns an instance of a server. The request listener is a function which automatically added to a request. So import this and then create server. It takes a request and a response, and then we write head content type and then and listener. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, I guess. Okay. So I'm gonna do server is equal to create. So what does it take? It takes a callback, right? It takes a callback function. Request proxy. Well, I did saw it somewhere. I did saw it somewhere. Server dot. Yes, here. I saw it here. Right head server. This it creates request and response, and then we server listen to port localhost and okay. We need this server dot listen inside here, and then we're gonna do is host. We'll create an object, JavaScript object. I'm gonna name that is port would be 3000 and name host name will be localhost, right? Let's put it upwards. And then server.listen, what does it do? Server.listen, possible signatures. Either it could be a handle and a callback, it could be options and a callback, it could be path, backlog. I have no idea what backlog is, and a callback for IPC servers, Internet Protocol servers. IPC, what was IPC full form? IPC, uh-huh. Inter-process communication. Oh, yes, yes, yes. IPC, inter-process communication, is a mechanism that allows processes to communicate and share data with each other they are running. Okay, 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 okay. Okay, process one, shared memory to the process two. Right, right, right. We don't need that. And then for the TCP server, we're creating a HTTP server that works on the TCP. So we're gonna use port host, backlog, and callback. It uses post and yes, 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 yes. It should be host dot port, host dot name, and function. What does this function do? There must be something written for callback, callback, callback. So it takes a port, undefined hostname string, or undefined, then listen to server, and listening listeners type of void or undefined. Okay. Okay, okay, but why does it take it there? Oh, it listens, it listens. Alright, so we do the first console.log. It will be something like this. server started on at http:// what is it, host.name colon host.port, right? I'm also gonna do this since I don't want to use Node.js again and again. I'm gonna put user bin environment node and use w. If we do node, I got node 25, right? I'm gonna do chmod plus x. I'm gonna make it an executable, and we got it running. Now, what I'm gonna do is Control Shift N. I'm gonna create an anonymous browser, like incognito tab, private window, and then I'm going to localhost 3000, right? Nothing happened. Nothing happened, and because we didn't do anything, nothing happened. Try to make a GET request. For now, this is it. Let me think now. Okay. Now we got the request and the response. So we're gonna do console.log of the request for now. I want to see like what is there. Let me clean it, start it again, made another request. What happened? Yes, we got the request, and like it actually changed the URL, right? I didn't know that. Interesting. Let's see if we got anything usable, anything interesting. I know I'm talking to myself. Let me write something. Uh, bracket t underscore t meow meow. Talking to myself. Yes. Okay. So we got the events for request. The events, nothing is there. Readable stack, nothing usable. Socket, I don't need that. Allow handle, event name, socket name, symbols, incoming message, server, parser. HTTP parser 0 is null, and then parser on headers. Strange, really strange. Add bars, event count. Okay, okay. HTTP major version, version minor, HTTP version. That's interesting. We can use this HTTP version, not here. Console.log using HTTP version. We should put some message, huh? Request dot, what was that? HTTP version. HTTP version, yes. And then is there something else? Complete raw headers. Headers. Host connection, keep alive. Mozilla agent, accept language. Okay. Encoding gzip, this. Then there is the URL and the method. We need the method. We need the URL, and we need to set the status code and status message. What is status message? HTTP status message. What is it used for? That's status code, not state. HTTP 3-digit numbers. Status message versus, yes. HTTP status codes are definitive numerical indicators. Reason. Okay. A short phrase not found. And okay. Enter, what is this? Required or optional removed entirely from the format specified. Is this an industry standard or it's not? Uh-huh. We're gonna need this. We're gonna keep it. Okay. Then for now, let's just take URL and method because we're gonna need them later. Const, notice it's an outlook request. We're gonna take these things from request. We're gonna take URL. We're gonna take method. And is there anything else we're gonna take? Status code. No, we didn't set any status code. It's a request message. Status message there would be none for now. Then allow open writable. It's um, um, and then there are functions on add listener, set encoding, and here. There's the host, it's and the symbol, except basically this is it, right? So now, what else do we need? 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 How do you respond? How do you create a response? You do the response with right head. No, you don't. You write the header with right head, right? Now we need to see console. We're gonna put it here. This is going up, and it's gonna be response, right? I'm going to make localhost 3000, and I got the data. I'm going to close it and let's read. That was the previous, and here's the response. Yes, thank you. Using HTTP version 1.1 server response, and again we got the same strange stuff. Again. This time we got the raw headers. Again, method status code is not set. What else is there? Is there something new? Writable stack. Parser on add listener, encoding symbol HTTP methods, and there isn't much after all. It's just data, like what's gonna be sending, what's gonna be sent. So I'm gonna do the response out. What functions do we got here? We got on, we got end, cork, emit, once, pipe, write, final, write, uncork, destroy, write, ev, get header, has header. listener, set header, right, event name, get header, set headers, multiple headers at once, okay. Set time mode construct. There's a whole lot of things that we got here, but let's start with end because I saw end somewhere. Here, I guess. Where did I saw the end? Yeah, here. Send the response body as hello. Calling the writable.end method signals that no more data will be written to the writable. The optional chunk and encoding arguments allow one's final additional chunk of the data to be written immediately before closing the stream. Calling the write method after calling will raise an error. Okay, write and after end. Okay. Waiting for more is not allowed. And it takes a chunk, right? What takes a chunk? Okay, and takes a chunk, the data. Optional data to write for stream, not operating object. Chunk must be a type string or buffer. Does it return? It takes encoding if chunk is a string and callback for when the stream is finished. Huh. Okay. How do you set headers? We need to see the Node.js documentation. Headers. Set headers. Const header, we create a set multiple headers values for implicit headers. Headers must be of instance of header or map if header already exists in exist in to be the sent header, its value will be replaced. If header already exists to be sent header, oh, its value will be replaced. So we create an header from the header class. It takes an object and then we set the header. Okay. When headers have been set with the outgoing method, they will be merged by header parsed to the response.write head with the headers parsed in given precedence. Okay, so what does it do? We create, yeah, we are doing this. Create server request header. We create a text slash HTML and response set headers to headers, these headers, and then we write head. Again, we write the one header. Content types is text plain and response.add. So it got overridden with text.plain because this one will override this. Okay, let's just not use write head and use this. Fine by me. Const hdr is equal to new header, and it's gonna take an outtake. And how do you write headers? Okay, http. Let's just use this. There was somewhere headers. HTML reference. No. http headers. I've searched for it somewhere before. http headers. Okay. Authorization proxy. This is not yet what I'm looking for. It's the same thing. What is this? Accept. HTTP accept request and response indicate which content type express and MIME types. What are MIME types? MIME types of media type, formerly known as multipurpose internet mail extension or MIME types, indicates the nature and the format of a documentation file or assortment of bytes. MIME types are different in standard IETFs. Browsers use MIME types, not the file extension, to determine how to process the URL. So the important that web servers send the correct MIME type is in the response. Okay, so okay. Okay. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Hmm. Hmm. So if we're gonna use the JSON, so what is it gonna be? JSON. MIME type JSON. It's gonna be application slash JSON. Okay. Okay. How do you write the accept type? Accept, huh? So we just have to do this, right? Accept colon. It should be application slash JSON. Then there should be a colon, right? Or comma. Or should I use an array list, as then it will be able to sort it evenly? Application slash JSON, then what else should it be able to accept? Huh, hmm. For now, let's just use this much, right? Anything else we need? Except encoding UTF-8, of course. It's gonna be, oh, it's the gzip compress or deflect, right. It's not that. Batch, post, accept range, access control, credential, headers, origin, expose, headers, access control, max age, allow, alt, cache control, clear site data, connection, content language, content length. How do you set it? Hmm. Hmm. Cookie, cross, origin embedded, device memory. Just content type. It is used to indicate the original media type of a resource before any content encoding is. In response, the content type header informs the client about the media type of the return data. Okay, that was for server and this is for the client. The content type header informs the client about the media type of the return data. Size post below the client. Okay. So we need to also do this. Content was T capital. Yes. It should be again this same, and then we're gonna do response dot set header this HDL, right? Set header, it takes string value. What? Sets a string. Oh, headers. Set multiple header values for implicit headers. Headers must be an instance of the header on map. We did that. If already exists, to be sent. And we're not gonna not using right head, and then response.end. What do we do at the response.end? Okay, Wait, what happened? Email select, email attach HTTP. Right. I accidentally clicked it. Started, going back, stop, response sent, and for now it's working. For now it's working. We got the GET request working. Now we need to clean it up. We need to seriously clean it up. And for that, we're gonna create a router first. Function, router, because for different URLs, request and response. And then we're gonna add a dot string here and put that return. Uh, based on the URL, it needs to call different methods based on the URL, right? Right. Uh-huh. It should be, it should be, how do we structure it? How do we structure it? For different routes, it should call different methods. I can use but how do we define the routes? That would get complicated. Uh-huh. Hmm. If we yes, if we do this, something like this. Let me think about it. We create a router, Node.js, and we're gonna do this there, right? And then we're gonna do is fonts requiring I'm gonna read it from the file, and then I'm gonna create a routes.js, or yeah, I could use that. I don't need to read the file. I could just export it, right? Routes, and I'm gonna do const route, then I'm gonna do not on this one. It's gonna be URL slash, and it should be what? Uh-huh. Nah, it would get complicated because we need multiple methods that way. What we're gonna do is we're gonna use the router, and for it, we're gonna create routes, and each route will have a method. For example, it's slash. It's gonna be handle root. And in the same way, if we have slash users, it's gonna be handle user to be comma colon, and then we're gonna do param of request. Request is, what is the type of the request? Huh? Let's go here. Go here and read it. Request is of type incoming message, and response is of type of server response message. Okay. Request is incoming message, right? Server response of incoming message, right? And then request incoming message and response, server response incoming message. Exactly. Working directly. So next what we are gonna do is for let what was that? For route in routes, right? Not this. So for let route in routes, what should happen? What should happen? Hmm. We got the route in routes. We don't need to call them, these functions. We just need to set the name of the function there. And then if request dot, what was request provide? Request dot URL. Uh-huh. URL equal to route, we're gonna call route. Does it work that way? Let me have a look. Also, obj is equal to, okay, for let key in ob key hmm. Okay. 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 Yes. Okay. Is equal to route. Route is this. What we should do is it should be the name of the route uh, routes method. Routes method at current route. Or it should be something like this. Here and it should be method. Which method? Yes. Handle HTTP method at current route. If it's handled, right. Right. Okay. We'll do this and hmm. Hmm. Let me think about it. Let me think about it. Either I could have used a switch case, and then there is the route. We provide the route, and then if the route wasn't available, we could say yes, 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 yes. Else, what are we gonna do? Else, we're gonna do is handle 4404. Call it. But where are we gonna get the handle 404? That's for HTTP methods at different routes. HTTP methods at different. Okay. But then, hmm, let me think about it. Let me think about it. 404. Hmm. Okay, we could do that. Now we need required read file. We now need this. Let's just keep a comment there. Mm, I'm gonna do is cons. Should we do it here? Yeah, function underscore 04. It's an async function. And it's also we need to await it and it needs a file name. It needs a file name. It needs a file name. Okay. Let's just make resources, and there is 404.html. We're gonna start it and right. First we're gonna do is no script, and we'll then script that, and we need a main. It's separated by this, and we um let's just create a h1 tag. Wait, what? H1? No, H1. H1 did right. Hmm. Either what is the spelling of either? EITHER either SWITCH to a different browser. Yes, right. Then we create a div. What's with this? I need to close this. Maybe it's not showing LSP. Yes. And inside the div, we need, what do we need? What do we need? What do we need? We need a H1. and we need a paragraph tag, right? In the H1, we'll say, what do we say? 404 play slash route not found, right? And afterwards, we need to do something. Let me think about it. Uh, Let me fix the mic first. Okay. Yeah. What else can we do now? Page not found. Yes. We could do this. The requested route slash URL doesn't. How we could do something like this. Yes. I got an idea. I got an idea. I got an idea. I may not have I may not have a brain, gentlemen, but got an idea. But I got an idea. Yeah. We'll give it an idea of heading. We'll give it an idea of subheading. Now I understand. Const heading is equal to, let me put it up. Const heading is equal to document dot get element by ID. I'm going to do this and I'm going to add subheading. Right? We're gonna see something. Yeah, it's gonna work because we are sending it there. If it's gonna work, we don't need to check. What's the heading gonna be? Okay. Then what we're gonna do is how do we window dot location dot what does window dot location provide us? Window dot location path name port. What if I went to ABC, right? Then do window dot location. If I do window dot location, I get path name, protocol, the whole URL. Where is the URL? Is server running? Let me start for now, okay? Window dot location. LOCATION. Yes. Origins, nothing there. Assign, no. Hash, protocol, reload, replace to string. href. Here is it. Origin, hash, and the path name is ABC. Yes, 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 yes. This is what we need. This is what we need. Yes. Close it. Go over here. Then const is equal to window dot location. Right? What do we need from here? We need uh origin. No, we need href. We need origin and path. Path name, path name. Then we're gonna do is, and is there, how do we get the error? Mm, how to get window the, how to get HTTP in browser, in browser. Using the performance API for the main page. Using fetch API. No, that's not. Best way to check status code response. Just use Chrome browser. I mean, you don't understand what I'm looking for, right? Do you? I'm saying, where is it? Where is it? Network tab, and then this. How do we get it? How? Where am I supposed to look? Where am I supposed to look? Where am I supposed to look? There must be a type. There has to be. If I do window dot status, so like this. Hmm. What am I looking for? Let me ask. The goat. And that's why it's the goat. So hey, how do I get the request type and status code in the browser? I know it's via using dev tools. I am looking for code to embed it into a HTML file. Say I went to I want it to look in the request maybe something like window dot something to get the code. You can't directly get an HTTP request without Windows or something I'm playing using fetch modern way. XML HTTP it doesn't exist. No. Okay. So I need to send it with the request, with the response, okay? If the server responded with 404, then how do I put it inside the HTML file? The server responsible for 404, the HTML translate audio. Okay. It does. It never does. It never does. Okay. Okay. It already had a 404. Right. Nice. Nice. Okay. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna do is heading dot inner text is equal to. I could have just done it this way. Why am I using this? Subheading. You don't need this. We do not need to care about whether the browser or the user supports JavaScript or not. For now, at least. Okay. We're working on the router, right? So what we're gonna do is file contents is equal to await for read file, and then it takes a file path, which is this file path. Then it takes options encoding. I'm gonna pass the encoding UTF-8 and and basically that's it, right? See, and we need to try it, of course we need to try it. It could fail. Try catch it. We need to try catch it here or somewhere else. Why am I using it here? What's the need of me creating a new wrapper if I could do this? If I could do something like this. It's already await const file contents is equal to read file, and we're gonna pass it file name. Just where are we gonna get the put the file name? Put the file name. For later more we might need to change it. We need to create another method for different files, right? Const file paths, right? What should we call it? What should we call it? What should we call it? Naming is really hard. Oh, page not found. Yes, we should call it file. Files dot page not found. Okay. Then we can use it files dot page not found. Right? And why is it showing? Nothing, nothing. Just simply bypassed it, right? It's already a string, but okay. Oh, it's files, right? It's files, it's files. Yes. Okay, we got the file contents, and then what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? It takes a response. Should I, or should I not? Should I, or should I not? Should I combine request and response into an object and then, no, they should be separate. It would just be, excuse me, excuse me. And then I should do response dot and I should do response dot and the file contents would be of type what? Type text. It would be string. But here we need to set the headers. In this case, we will do response.set headers cons hdr is equal to new headers, and then it should be accept. What does it accept? It's a route. It doesn't have to be accepted. It should be content type. For now, and it should be text slash HTML, right? And what's the error here? Oh yeah, I take it on. Maybe later we need to. What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? Right? HDR, HDR headers, and we response the end with file contents, right? But here's the catch. It's try catch. Why? Because it's an ASIC operation and it could fail. And it could fail, and it could fail. If it failed, so what we should do is let file content equals an empty string, and then set the file contents. Catch. We should do process.exit with stage1. Otherwise, we should also do this, and No, we shouldn't do this. We should create the headers outside. Here we should do is console.error of what's the name of the file? Files.page.com, right? And we are exiting, and finally we are setting headers, and then we are doing the job. Now, we don't need this comment here, and then the server use const. We're gonna do module.exports is equal to route. Okay. Then instead of doing all this, let's just comment it out for now. We're gonna call router. It takes request and response. Does it take anything else? No. And then URL method. We don't need this anymore. Now let's try it and see how much error do we got. We got handle root. What's handle root is not defined. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We need to create those methods as well. We need. Uh-huh. How about that's the router that handles route. We should do the uh we should create a request handler, and here and here and here and here and here and here we're gonna create them. We need to create handle root and handle users. So function handle root handle users, and then what we're gonna do is module.exports is equal to an object which does handle root and handle users command. Okay. Okay. Then what we're gonna do is not request const equals required, and what we're gonna do is it should be request handler, and as you can see it provides handle users and handle root and handle users. Right. Now, what does this function take? It takes type of request dot method. Uh-huh. Okay, okay, okay. Let me have a look. We have a look. How about we write it something like this, not equal to, right? But it would generate the error at all the time. Why? Because say current root is slash, okay? HTTP methods in handle HTTP we got slash and slash user. First, for the first time, if this is not, this is this. If we set the slash and for the first time, it's the route, current route, then HTTP method current route for current route in slash and say it's slash and slash users. For the first time, request or URL slash is double equal to slash. Of course, it would get called. Second time, slash is not equal to slash user. In that case, file contents will be this, and we are that's the current route. It's going to give us flickers because say the current route, for example, say current route is slash this or slash one, and the request URL was slash. What would happen? It would go here, the request URL, which is slash, but the current route is one. No. Where is this current route coming from? The easiest way, I don't know. My gut feeling is telling me that it's gonna generate some error. For now, we're gonna use it, and later we're gonna use switch case. Okay. ABC page not found. And we got some errors. Cannot set headers after they are sent back to the client. Where? Where did I set the headers? Switch. What was the name? It should be function inside of which we got this request handler should provide all the functions, right? Right. And it should return an object which have handle, rule, that way we don't need to pass anything, right? But I don't know what I'm doing, what am I doing? Yes, I should do that. I was thinking same. Function request method, and then it should have a suitcase and method, and it should have a const for this route, and it should have a request handler, and it should be request dot method, and should we call it supported methods or enable methods? Allowed methods. Methods allowed. Yes. Right? What should it do? it should be uh following other methods allowed. The methods allowed, it's I should write some doc strings because that actually lets me think clearly. It should be param of method. It should be string and then at the rate. method allowed, it should be an array of string, right? And what was that? I need to use switch case. I need to use for if method or methods allow do this. We need to do this. We need to create an array. Array is equal to get put post, then for get in array, not for if. This it should be all. We need to do this. It's true. Why is not that's the index? Yes. Or should be the yes. Then why if k, which is get of array, is not showing? Okay. Hmm. Uh, how do we do it while making it readable? Yes. I got an idea. I got instead of an array, let's use an object, and then what can we do is we can do if methods, then it should be something like this. Methods allowed, get, it's just a rule when you just get method, okay? Just need the get method because it's a rule. Here, what do we need? Const key is keys equals to methods allow dot keys is there. K is equal to methods allow dot keys is keys, and it's a method, yes. Values is equal to, right? Hmm. Then in that case, what should I do? What should I do next? Hold on a second, I'm tired. I should take a break. Let me think about it. Let me think. Hmm. Okay. For what am I doing? What am I doing? Why am I doing it this way? There are multiple methods. There are supported methods. And if that method is, if one of those method is the method that I have array dot has key, prototype, oh, include a certain search require value search fruit apple, it returns true. You're doing some stupid things, right? I just have to do this. For if methods allow dot has own method, right? But method I need to do includes because method it's uppercase and lowercase. I need to do something about it, right? If methods allow dot includes method, in that case, for now do nothing. Otherwise, what should it return? Its job is not to handle those requests that are not for it because it's a request handler. For the following methods, it doesn't have to do handle those methods that are not. It should be returns boolean true for what? Hmm. The reason I'm thinking like I should handle, for example, there is the post method, the root method, the root route. It shouldn't allow the post method for now. So I should be able to handle it here because this would be like a magic thingy. And also I need to set the headers there, maybe. Huh. Do I need to set headers there? Okay, should I handle it here or here? Then I'm not supposed to do this. I'm supposed to give it a pull request. Right? If methods allowed includes the request.method, then what should it do? In that case, what should it do? it should do some of the opposite. For example, not includes, then it should do this. Otherwise, it will do this. Hmm. And it doesn't return anything. Well, hmm. Hmm. I guess this would get out of hand real quickly, like using this. All the methods allowed, then how do we map that? So instead, we are gonna pass the request by ourselves, like for what request does it handle? What are the requests that it handles? So its new structure is gonna be method for method. It will automatically have a request access because it's in the closure. So for method, and it takes a callback. CV, yes. Hmm. What is for method? It's the string. So I could do this if I don't need to check it anymore because any method that will be provided here for method, it will be used there. So it should be something like if request dot method is equal to for method. What am I doing? What am I doing? Format is not there. It should be for method. For method. In that case, we should call back. We should call the callback, right? Hmm. Hmm. Yes, for method can be to uppercase. It should only handle for this method and it should provide a callback. Hmm. So What should it be? It should be get, and it should be huh. Hmm. 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 I don't think I need a switch case here. And I'm setting the header type here. We shouldn't do that. Hmm. Hmm. Why isn't my brain working? Why is it? Let me copy this. Then a router is there, and then it's using this handle route. What is this in on? Mm-hmm. Hmm. It should be done with. We are on. Let's just copy it for now. We are on slash users. Okay, now it should work. No issues, and cannot set headers after they are sent to the client. Where did I set the headers? Router.js 33 character number 22. Okay, 33. Yes. The idea was correct that it's because it has previously been run. It was run before. And it needs to be placed outside, right? This is there. REST file contents is not defined. Yes, it's the scope issue, and okay, okay, ABC. Let's just go to users. Was it user or users? Yes, it was users. Nothing happened. And if I go to slash, again, nothing happened. Why didn't anything happen? It's because of this. We need to use switch case. We need to manually, or maybe not, or maybe not, or maybe not, or maybe not. It will be hmm, huh. Isn't that what I did here? Hmm. How about I do something like this? Hmm. And the request was fired 2 times. That's the current route. Hmm. Okay. As expected, as my speculation. As expected, I understand. Switch, and then we'll need this. Based on the request URL, you do this. What do you do? Uh-huh. Hmm. Hmm. I'm still thinking what should be done? What can I do? How should I structure it? I know I should just go for simplicity, but I'm going for complexity. Hmm. If that is slash, how would I show it? I got an idea. I need to test something. Function foo. Okay. Then const one colon one colon. Can I do something? Then obj dot one, call it. Hmm. 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 Well, okay. Hmm. Let's choose a well. Where was I? Hmm. Const A is equal to eval, val of response, and a call is oh yes. Yes, 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 sir. That's what I want. Right. Where is the error? Okay. Okay. No. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. I got the keys and then such that keys dot zero. Mm, yes. It should be auto incrementing. So Hmm. Later, I need to write a file which automatically increases the keys, the length of the keys as new route is implemented. Hmm. Why? I don't even know how to create. Man, this is depressing that I don't know how to create a dynamic handler. Now I'm angry. Very, very. Okay. Okay. Now we're gonna take this all. I'm gonna paste it here. File contents. First of all, it should be request.method. If that is the case, then we don't need to check if it's the current route. Request.url is the current route. Exactly, we don't need this. We need